This is the third part to my Lego space thing, I guess. If you know what's going on, watch the first two parts, because, so, fuck it. That's it, really. Okay.
About there not being life on Mars. Very wrong. Their technology.
What's going on now? Fucking the future, baby. It's now. Hell yeah. It's now 2162, 63, somewhere around there. Roughly a decade after the Spyrus and Unitron war. Spyrus can, Spyrus having, the asses, handed to them. They're, donezo and shit. The Galactic Organization is, in a decade into, its lifespan of Christo and UFO, Explorians, Roboforce, Unitron, and, Earth all, united as, one organization and, one, force to keep the galaxy, in check, And, during that entire time, some rovers on Mars discover that, after, a few centuries, exploring fucking Mars, what they thought to be, life on Mars, they discover that there's, aliens living underground and, here on this planet, but, there really is. Oh my god. So they send, the best, scientists and, astronauts and shit from Earth to Mars, crash land and shit, stranded there, and NASA to, try to, help them get back to Earth. And, while they're stranded there, the astronauts, on Mars, the alien life forms, discover them, being lost and shit, go hey, we can help you out, we're fucking, you got this cool, space shit, and, underground, because we're, an underground society. They discover that, their society is, all about, science and shit, live on the surface, because, it's too toxic for them to live on the surface, so, they, start talking to astronauts and, the fucking, Martians, and they become, bros, and the Martians are, now unified to the Galactic Organization with, everyone else. There's, peace for a while the Martians and Earth are, united, and they, do cool shit.
But they are not alone. Build a new recon dropship, load the weapons, and rescue the drilling truck. Only you can defend the mission. With the new collection from Lego.
In 2164-65, this huge, alien invasion creeps out of, the crevices of space and start, invading out of, this fucking, time warp. It's first discovered when, an Explorian, cruiser is, on, its maiden voyage to planet Z. They, fucking come across, this, rift in, the space gate opening to, these aliens and shit, before they can, warn any nearby systems, or, planets, or, colonies, whoever the hell. They're quickly wiped out. Couldn't, fucking alert everyone else, in time. They start attacking, nearby, solar systems, Earth, fucking Christo, and UFO, Roboforce, Unitron, they'll, attack, and they're all, spread thin. The Galactic Organization, trying to, aid and help, everyone all at once. Organized crime starts, having, an uptick, because, the Galactic Organization is, too distracted with fucking, everything that's going on all at once. Everyone's, too distracted to, fucking deal with the crime. Different space colonies all over, different, alien races getting, fucked up on different planets. That's when Earth, tries to, ship as much of their navy and, their supplies as, best they can, counteract these, alien force from, another, galaxy. Their resources are spread thin. So that leaves Mars open to be attacked by these alien force and be unprotected from the Galactic Organization. So fucking they're being attacked. It's too late. They surround Mars, huge blockade, and Earth's oh fuck, we left Mars just hanging there. We need to help them. They send a small fleet, their own dudes off to fight off this evil alien invaders. There's explosions everywhere, and they try to get help from Christo or Unitron, any of their nearby allies, but they're all busy with their own shit. Fucking Unitron is protecting different colonies in a nearby system, but they can't get to Earth's aid in time. Meanwhile, fucking UFOs distracted with their own problems. Christo fucking fighting off the alien horde on their planet. Earth is left just to fucking fight them off on their own. Finally able to pierce the blockade the Martians are being held hostage. You know, they fucking like send as much like resources as they can to like fucking Mars, halting the resources being sent to like their allies. You know, and like fucking it's anarchy. Without like the resources necessary to like help and supply like their allies, they're like left stranded, and like fucking the alien fleet like starts, you know, engulfing one planet after another into like their empire. On the Mars front, Earth and like the alien invasion are like colliding and clashing for months on end. Earth's like gradually like pushing forth their Martian allies, and when they finally get there in time, it's half the galaxy is infested by like these alien bastard dudes, you know. So they're like, fuck, dude, our allies are like in trouble. You gotta get them. You gotta hump them, you know. So they fucking, you know, like team up with the Martians and like with a few like neighboring colonies, nearby independent like militias to like fucking hump out the rest of the galactic organization. And they fucking slowly and gradually fight off the alien invasion. And by the time they finally like get to everyone, and they fight off like each individual like blockade and like fight off like these alien bastards, push them off to like their own galaxy again and keep them there. There's like some bad blood between like everyone in the galactic organization. The war ended in like 2172. Okay, so like fucking then the galactic organization breaks off because like Earth couldn't help like the allies in time. They were distracted with the alien invasion as well. Fucking Christo, UFO, and everyone's like really pissed at them, and like this causes like the rift between like the galactic organization, and that causes them to, you know, like fucking like break apart for a few years until like 2179, 2180. The galactic organization stays broken apart just like for a good hot minute. Meanwhile, the crime wave that's going on that happened during like the alien like war, or whatever the fuck it's be called, during like the entire thing, the crime wave is like amping up and shit.
It's a trap!
And they didn't like do anything about it because like fighting a war against the evil alien dudes. So this is now like fucking 2183, and the crime wave like a peak across the entire galaxy. That's when Earth decides to like reinstate a space police force that had been abandoned since Spires kicked their asses back in like 2122, somewhere around there. Now space police is like being like reinstated, and like they're and like fighting different like criminals across like, the different colonies, like alien gangs and shit. That all transitions into the Galaxy Squad shit, which won't happen for a good while longer. That's all I got for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry I went all over like ideas and shit in this video. I just like had a lot of them. Now shit kind of like barfed out, I guess. I want to label it like the Mars, like the Mars era, the Mars chapter of space. So